Don't think about anything at this time. And don't worry about remembering what you hear. When you listen to the Dhamma talk, what you want to gain is understanding. If you understand what I said, then you will remember it. If you don't worry, because you don't listen to Dhamma talk just once. You have to keep listening to Dhamma talk periodically, at least once a week or more if possible. Because when you listen to the Dhamma talk, you will learn something that you have not learned before, especially the practice of meditation. You want to meditate. Do you know why? Or do you know what will you get from your meditation? Meditation in Buddhism consists of two parts. The first part we call samatha bhavana, meaning meditating for calm, for stillness of mind, for peace of mind. The second stage of Buddhist meditation we call vipassana bhavana. This is for the development of insight. These two steps has to be achieved in order to attain to the various level of Dhamma. The goal is to let go of everything that you have right now. Because everything that you have, they are temporary. They are temporary. They only stay with you for a certain period of time. And eventually, they will have to leave you, or you will have to leave them. If you know ahead of time that you will have to lose everything, and if you prepare your mind for the eventuality, when things happen, your mind will not be affected. Your mind will remain peaceful, at ease, and happy, because you have relinquished, you have detached from everything. What is you? You are the mind. The mind is not the body. The mind comes into possession of the body at the time of conception in the womb of your mother. And after 9 months, the body and the mind come into this world. So you have to understand that the body is your temporary possession. One day the body will have to die. One day it will have to get old. One day it will have to get sick. But the mind is not the body. And the mind doesn't get old, get sick, or die with the body. So what you have to do is to teach the mind this truth. Because right now the mind is under the influence of delusion. Delusion is the mind thinks that the body is itself. So it clings strongly to the body. And the stronger you cling to the body, the more stress, the more misery the mind will have. But if you know the truth that you are not the body, you are the mind, and you can exist and be happy without the body. So you want to train your mind to detach the body, not to cling to the body. And this is what Buddhist meditation practice is about, is to train the mind to let go of the body and everything else. Not just the body. Other people's body is the same thing. Like the body of your loved ones, your parents, your sister, brother, your husband, your wife, your children, they are all temporary. They will sooner or later leave you, or you will leave them. But this is okay, there's nothing wrong with the body, because this is just the way the body works. But the mind of each individual, like your father, your mother, your sister, your brother, your husband, your wife, your children, their mind don't die with their body. So if I should compare, the body is like a puppet. The mind is like a puppeteer or puppet master. The mind is the one who directs the body to do all kinds of activities. Like tonight, before you can come to Wat Palelai, the mind has to instruct the body first that tonight we're coming to Wat Palelai. And then you direct the body to take the mind to Wat Palelai. If the mind doesn't instruct the body to come to Wat Palelai, then you won't be here tonight. So this is the relationship between the body and the mind. The body is temporary, the mind is permanent. So what you want to do is to take care of your mind, to teach your mind the truth, and train your mind to let go of everything. Because once you are capable of letting go, you will not be sad when you lose them. So meditation is one way of letting go, sitting in meditation. When you sit in meditation, concentrate your mind on one object, such as a mantra. In Thailand, we use the recitation of the Buddha's name, Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. This will prevent your mind from thinking about this and that. And when you don't think, your mind becomes blank and eventually becomes still. When your mind becomes still, the mind temporarily let go of everything. It let go of the body and everything else because it has no thoughts about them. This is the temporary detachment, because you can only stay in this peace of state of mind for temporary. When you meditate, you might be able to stay in absorption for maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes or more, depends on your ability. But shorter or longer, sooner or later you will have to come out of your concentration state and come back to the body. When you come back to the body, then you start to cling to the body again. So what you have to do next, after you withdraw from samadhi or meditation state.
Sorry, Ajahn.
Yes.
Sorry, Ajahn. Could we just stop for 1 minute? We need to do some a change in the speaker system, just for a few minutes, please. Sorry.
Okay, go ahead. You want me to keep talking so you can?
Yes, Ajahn, could you please? Yes, Ajahn, can you carry on speaking for a while?
Okay. Just keep talking.
Yes, Ajahn. Yeah, we are back on.
Okay.
Okay, we're okay now, Ajahn. Could you please carry on with the desana? Thank you.
Okay. After you come up, after you have come to a sitting session, when you sit in meditation, your mind becomes still. You stop thinking temporarily. You stop acknowledging or being aware of the body. So you are always temporarily detached from the body. But when you withdraw from this meditation session and you come back and you're aware of the body, you start thinking, and then your delusion will direct you to cling to things again, cling to your body, cling to the body of other people. So what you have to do next after you come out of meditation is you have to instruct your mind to know that everything that you have, everybody that you know, they are all temporary. Sooner or later, you are then going to depart from this world. So you must not do everything. Because Buddha said, yeah, Nijam Dukkam Anatta. Nijam meaning temporary, impermanent. Dukkha means suffering or stressful. If you cling to Anatta, you cannot control them. You cannot own them. They don't belong to you. This is what you have to instruct your mind when your mind is meditation. And you have to instruct your mind to touch from everything, not just your body, your work, your money, anything that you have. Because if you cling to them, you will be affected. Because you will want them to be with you all the time. But when you sense that it is leaving you will become stressful. But if you for them and be ready to let it go when the time comes, then you will not be stressful. So you have to meditate a lot. Because when you meditate, when you sit in meditation, you will have something better than what you have now. Meaning the happiness that you will achieve from your meditation. This is the happiness that will make you strong and capable of letting go of everything. Because, hello, can you still hear me? I don't think you are listening to. If you hear me, please lift up your hand. You can still hear me.
Yeah, we can hear Ajahn.
Okay. Cannot hear you. Normally, I can hear some of the sound in the room.
Oh yeah, we switch off the interference here. Yeah, yes, Ajahn. So it's better reception for us, Ajahn. Okay.
You'll have that is better than the happiness that you can get from anything in this world. So once you have this kind of happiness, then you can let go of everything Because the reason why you still cling to things and people is because you need them to make you happy. But once you have this happiness from meditation, then you don't need them anymore. Then you don't need anything anymore. Because you can be happy without having to have anything. All you have to do is to know how to calm your mind, to make your mind peaceful, to make it from thinking, from creating desire. That's all you have to do. Once you have this ability, then you can live alone. You can become a monk. That's what monks do. We don't rely on things or people. We rely on the happiness that we create from our meditation practices. And you can do the same. But what you need is time. Because in order to achieve result, you have to practice a lot. Practically all day, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. That's what monks can do, because monks don't have any other occupation, have no other work to do. So monks can concentrate on their practice. When they're not sitting, they develop mindfulness by concentrating the mind on one object, either a mantra, or you can focus your attention on the body. Watch your body, every movement, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. Couple the mind with the body. Don't let the mind wander here and there. If you can maintain this level of concentration, when you sit in meditation, you can focus on your breathing, and your attention will be continuous, and it won't take long, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, your mind can become still, and then you will have the kind of happiness that the Buddha says is the profound or blissful happiness, the happiness that excels all other kind of happiness. Once you have this happiness, then you know that you can live alone. You don't need anything. You don't need anybody. So when you come out of meditation, when your mind starts to desire for things or for people, you tell the mind that what the mind desires for is suffering, not happiness. Because the thing that the mind can possess can only possess temporarily, not forever. So when the thing that you possess go away from you, you lose them, you become sad again. So you don't need this thing, because you can always go back into meditation and have the happiness within yourself. So this is what you have to do when you are not sitting in meditation. And when you come out, if you're not developing mindfulness, then you should develop insight or wisdom, which means you have to look at everything as anicca, dukkha, anatta. If you see things as anicca, dukkha, anatta, you will stop your desire. You will say, forget it, I don't need it. I can be happy without it. Why should I get something that is only lasting temporarily, and then I will have to lose it sooner or later. And when I lose it, I know I will be unhappy. So this is what you should try to teach your mind. When the mind desires for this thing or that thing, for this person or that person, especially if you still have this sexual desire, You still want to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, a husband or a wife, because when you are alone, you feel lonely. You feel that if you have a friend, you can share the happiness by having some sexual encounter. If you still have this feeling, you should develop a sukha kammatthana, that is the contemplation on the repulsive aspect of the body. You are attracted to the body because you see the pretty part, the beautiful part. But when you look at the ugly part, the repulsive part, then you can eliminate your sexual desire. So this is another way of, another kind of insight or wisdom that you have to develop if you have problem with sexual desire. So this is basically what you want to do if you want to have peace of mind all the time without having any stress, any anxiety, worry, or fear, because the mind has wisdom to instruct the mind not to have attachment to anything. You can still have things, you can still have people, know people. So long as you are not attached to them, then your mind will not be affected when something happen to them. But if your mind become anxious, worry, that means you already have attachment. You have desire for them to be like this or like that. And when you feel that your desire cannot be fulfilled, you become agitated, unhappy. But if you look at the truth that you cannot control them, you cannot tell them to be like this or be like that, then you would, if you don't want to be unhappy or stressful, you just have to let them be. Let go of them. Don't try to manage them. This is the goal of Buddhist meditation, to relieve the mind of all kinds of stress, anxiety, unhappiness, or sadness. You can do it, but you have to put in time. It's like playing a sport, like playing golf. If you want to be a good golfer, you need to put in a lot of time. You have to practice a lot. If you only do it once in a while, then you will not be able to play it good, to be able to enter the professional competition. If you want to be a professional golfer, then you have to dedicate all your time to the practice. The same way, if you want to have complete elimination of stress from your mind, then you would have to practice all the time. And the best way to practice, the easiest way, the best way to have the time to practice is to ordain as a monk, or as a machi in Thailand we call for the woman. Then you don't have to worry about working, earning money, because you will be supported by the Buddhist community. And then you will have the location or the space that is conducive to meditation practice. In order to achieve easy and quick result, you have to live in a quiet environment, away from all the sights and sounds and all the bustling and hustling of things and people, like living in the forest. That's where the Buddha had achieve his enlightenment. And that's why the Buddha teaches all meditators to seek this kind of place if they want to achieve result. So this is basically what I want to relate to you tonight. So I can leave the time for you to ask me any question you like. Okay?
Yes, Ajahn.
Yes, Ajahn, we will ask the audience to write the questions. Ajahn, please wait for a while.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Ajahn. So in the meantime, I have one question here. Yeah, the question is about meditation. Lately, after meditating, I find that my head is too heavy or pressurized. I heard someone saying that it's because I'm over concentrating. So can Prajan give some pointers in the technique to apply to relieve this pressure from the head? Thank you, Ajahn.
You have to seek the middle way. That is, you should not expect too much, but you have to put in the effort. So you have to find the balance between exerting and not exerting too much. The problem is usually when you sit, you expect the result too much. Don't worry about the result when you sit. Just try to concentrate on your meditation objects. That's all. And let the result happen by itself. If it happens, fine. If it doesn't happen, doesn't matter. Just develop mindfulness. Just be mindful of your meditation object. Like if you're watching your breathing, just keep watching. When you're breathing in, beware that you're breathing in. When you're breathing out, beware that you're breathing out. Just know. Don't try to force your breathing. Use the breathing as an anchor, something to tie your mind to prevent it from thinking about this and that. And whether you will have the result or not, that's up to your focusing, your concentrating. And one of the problem with people is when they have to sit still, they tend to react. They don't like to be still. They're used to doing all sorts of activities. So when they have to sit still, they become stressful. So maybe this is one of the reasons why you have problem with the body when you have to sit in meditation. But you don't have to worry. It's no big deal. Don't worry about. Just acknowledge that it is so and forget about it, and come back to your meditation. Come back to your concentrating. Come back to your focusing of your meditation object. If you don't think about them, don't worry about them. You don't get distracted. Once you get distracted, you cannot go on. So forget about everything that might appear at the time of your meditation. Only pay attention to your meditation subject. If you use breathing, just focus on your breathing and ignore everything. Sometimes you might feel itchy here and there. Sometimes you might feel like you are leaning too much to the front or to the back, to the left or to the right. Don't worry, don't adjust your body posture. Leave it alone. Keep on focusing, concentrating on your meditation. Because these are the distractions that you will have to face in your meditation practice. And if you pay them any attention, you will lose your concentration. You will not be meditating anymore. So keep on focusing, concentrating on your meditation object only. Regardless of what happened to you, you feel, to whatever you feel. If you feel itchy, forget about it. Don't try to scratch. Because if you scratch, you will keep on scratching. Okay, just keep on meditating. And just maybe when you first start, you might not get much result. But the result that you already have achieved is to be able to sit still for a while, to be able to sit still and meditate. So you have already achieved something by doing this. And you have to maybe do more and more, especially the development of mindfulness. Before you come to sit in meditation, you first must have mindfulness if you want to have any result. If you don't maintain mindfulness before you come in to sit, when you sit, your mind will be wandering here and there, will be thinking about this and that, and you'll find it very hard to focus on your meditation object. So, first of all, you must try to develop mindfulness in your daily activity from the time you get up. When you get up, you must first start mindfulness first. Ask your mind, where am I? Am I with the body? Am I with the mantra? Or am I thinking about this or that? If the mind is thinking about this and that, bring it back. You can think, of course, if something important, like you might have to do your planning today, what you're gonna do today. But once you know what you have to do, what you do, and when you prepare to do what you have to do, that during that time you should come back to the present, come back to the body, or come back to your mantra, and continue on with your preparation. Go into the bathroom, wash your face, brush your teeth, take a shower, whatever you do, just be with that activity. This is what it means by maintaining mindfulness, developing mindfulness. Once you have the mind concentrate or fix on the body activity, when you sit down, you can use a mantra or you can use the breathing as your meditation object. And your mind will not wander here and there, think about this or that. And you can get the mind to become still very easily and quickly. Any more question?
Okay, Ajahn.
The next question that one of the brothers asked is, can Ajahn share with us what is the meditation practice taught by Ajahn Mahabua?
Yes, Ajahn. Yes, Ajahn. I repeat the questions. Ajahn, can you share with us the meditation method taught by Ajahn Mahabua? Thank you, Ajahn. Sorry, Ajahn.
Mahabua teaches the recitation of the Buddha's name, Bhutto, Bhutto. That's what he used when he developed meditation. But he does not stop people from using other type of meditation object, such as anapanasati. Sometimes he also instructs people to use anapanasati, meaning mindfulness of breathing. And he also teaches people to be mindful of the bodily activity. Whatever the body is doing, the mind should be watching at all times, because this is a way of maintaining mindfulness. But when you sit, you can choose whatever kind of meditation object you like to use. You can use a mantra, you can use the breathing, or you can even chant. If you cannot concentrate on your mantra or on your breathing, you can maybe chant, do some chanting if you know some chanting, or you can recite the sutta in English or in Pali, doesn't matter, and then you recite that sutta. This will let your mind have something to do and stop it from thinking about this or that. And after you chant or recite for maybe half an hour or an hour, and when you feel tired, then maybe you are ready to focus on your breathing. Because when you feel tired, that means you don't want to think anymore. See, you must first tie your thinking, get it to do to do chanting or to do recitation, mantra, or to recite the sutta. And after you do it for a while, you feel peaceful and calm, then you can stop. Then you can just observe your breathing. So you have to adjust the meditation method according to the situation. Sometimes your mind is restless. Sometimes you might even have to use what we call panya or wisdom to calm your mind. Like when you try to sit and meditate and then you worry about something, such as maybe your job, your friend, your family, then you have to use panya or insight to look at those things that bothers you. You have to look at them as anicca, dukkha, anatta, meaning you cannot always want them to be the way you want them to be. So if you cannot, then you have to let go. Like maybe they're sick and they will have to die, for instance. And there's nothing you can do. You send them to the hospital. They have the best care by the physician. But you're still anxious. You still worry. Because you want them to be well. But your desire for them to be well is the cause of your stress, your restlessness, your worry, your anxiety. So if you look at them as anicca, dukkha, anatta, that sooner or later they will have to die, and they are anatta, they're beyond your control. You're sitting here meditating, you cannot do anything, you cannot change anything. That will happen. Once you can see this clearly, your mind will let go, and your mind will become calm and peaceful, and be ready, be able to meditate. So this is some of the things that you might have to do. Okay, the next question.
Okay, the next question. When we meditate to improve our well-being, but is there any higher purpose to the meditation? If there is, what is it, Ajahn? Thank you.
Well, well-being is usually, what are you referring to? Well-being of the body, of the mind. Because well-being of the body is, like I say, it's only temporarily. It's not permanent. What you want is well-being of the mind. The mind is forever peaceful and happy, having no stress. The end of cessation, the cessation of all forms of stress or suffering. And the end of all birth, rebirth. This is the goal of Buddhist meditation. Because if you still have to reborn, then you will still have to get old, get sick, and die. So the Buddha said the goal is not to be reborn. And in order not to be reborn, you have to eliminate all forms of desire. The Buddha mentioned the 3 forms of desire that are the causes of your rebirth. Kama tanha means the desire for sensual pleasure. Bhava tanha means the desire to become this or become that. And vibhava tanha, the desire not to become this or not to become that. So these are the 3 desires that you have to eliminate. And you can do this with samatha bhavana and vipassana bhavana. Or in other words, samadhi and panya. That you are doing right now. Right now you are developing panya. Panya can arise by listening to the Dhamma talk. When you listen to the Dhamma talk, then you get to know the way how to eliminate your desire. Then the next step is you should remind yourself what you have heard. Because if you don't remind yourself by contemplating on what you have heard tonight, you can forget. You will forget. See? But if you keep on repeating, reminding your mind of what you have heard tonight, what you have understood, and then try to use this knowledge that you have learned to apply in your life. When you become attached to something or someone, then you must use this knowledge to detach your mind from them. If you can detach your mind, then you won't have any desire for them to be this or that. Because eventually there will be whatever they will be. If everybody will have to get old, get sick and die. Regardless of whatever you do, you cannot stop this process. So this is panya. We call them the three levels of panya. The first level is the panya that arises from listening to the Dhamma talk. In Pali we call sutta maya panya. Then when you take this knowledge that you have heard from the Dhamma talk and repeat in your mind, contemplating again and again, then this is called cinta maya panya. Like tonight you have heard that you have to let go of everything because everything is anicca, dukkha, anatta. If you take this knowledge and try to contemplate in your daily life, whatever you do, try to keep in mind that everything is anicca, dukkha, anatta, that you must not have any attachment for them, that you must not have any desire for them to be this or that. If you can remind your mind this all the time, when you have to interact with them, then you will interact with them in such a way that will not cause you any stress. Okay?
Okay. Yes, okay, Ajahn Sadhu. The next question. Is it the desire to attain concentration that resulted in blocking the relaxation of the body and mind?
When you meditate, don't have any desire. The only desire you should have is to focus on your meditation object. Don't have the desire to have the result, because this will make you worry, anxious. You're sitting here for a few minutes and then you start wondering, when will I get calm? When will I get the result? When you start to thinking like this, you're not meditating anymore. So forget about the result. What you have to do is just maintaining mindfulness, focusing your mind on on your meditation object, and then this meditation object will lead you to the result eventually. Okay. Any more questions?
Yes, the next question, Ajahn. After prolonged meditation, be it mindfulness or the breath, I get a very strong nausea feeling, which persists for a number of hours to a few days, during which eating has to be forced. So how to manage this, Ajahn? Does Ajahn get the questions, Ajahn?
After meditating, you get a nausea feeling for many hours afterward.
Yes, Ajahn, many hours until a few days, and then after that, even this person have when she eat or he eats, it has to be forced to eat.
But when you go to a movie, you have no experience like this. Hello?
Yes, Ajahn.
When you go to a you have no experience like this afterwards.
Okay, whoever have these questions, Tajan asking. Yeah, Tajan asks whether you have this feeling when you go to the movie or when you go to only after meditation. So if go movie is okay, Ajahn.
So you should define, is your kilesa, is your desire or your kilesa reacting? It wants to prevent you from meditating. So it creates this obstacle. So you should ignore it. Because other people don't have this kind of experience. Okay.
Okay, Ajahn, understand. Yeah. I think that is all the questions we have for today, Tan Ajahn.
Okay.
Yes, Tan Ajahn.
Okay.
Sorry, Tan Ajahn. So we'll pay respect to Tan Ajahn. Shall we say sadhu to Tan Ajahn, please?
First
Uh,
bow, second bow, third bow.
yeah. Does Tan Ajahn has any message for us?
Just keep on. Because the practice will give you the result. Giving up will never give you the result. You have to be patient. Don't expect this to happen overnight. Many monks have to spend maybe years and years before they can become enlightened. Ajahn Mun became enlightened at the age of 60, over 60 years old, when he went to live alone in the forest of Chiang Mai. He was already in his 60s. So, this is not something that will come easily. But it will come if you are steady, if you are steadfast with your practice. So just keep on practicing. Like eating. If you only eat 1 or 2 spoons and then you give up eating, you will never be full. But if you keep on eating, eventually you will become full. It's the same way with the practice. You just have to keep on practicing. Put in more time as possible, as much time as possible. Because if you practice 1 hour a day, it's very, very little when you compare to the time that you spend doing something else. So you have to put in more time. That's all I have to give the advice for today. Maybe next week we'll meet again. Maybe you can prepare some more questions for me to answer.
Okay, Tan Ajahn. Thank you, Tan Ajahn. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, done. ยะถาวาริวาหาปุราปาริปุเรนติสาคลังเอวเมวะอิโตทินังเปตานังอุปกปปติอิชิตังปฏิตังตุมหังคิปะเมวะสมิจจตุสัพเพปุเรนตุสังกปายันโทปนะระโสยะถามณิโชติระโสยะถาสัพพิติโยวิวัชชันตุสัพพะโรโควินัสตุมาเตภวัตวันตรายโยสุขีทีขายุโกภวะอภิวาทนาสีลิสะนิจจังวุธาปจายโนจัตตารโอธรรมาวาทานติอายุวันโนสุขังภาลัง And yet, Anna, did you bring the books to the temple to distribute?
Yes, Ajahn, we are going to announce it now.
Okay. Okay, bye. See you next Tuesday.
Okay, Ajahn. Thank you, Ajahn. Thank you, sadhu.